Guys, in my opinion, Neil Magny is owed a huge apology by Ian Garry. Back at UFC 292, Ian twisted Neil Magny's words to insinuate he's actually a child abuser, causing issues in Neil Magny's custody battle over his kids. I'm making this video to say that we need to demand justice for Neil Magny. While cute dad Neil spends his weekends treating his kids to heartwarming little days out to the farm and playing golf, Ian and Layla are dragging their 2.5-year-old son to a sweaty, bloody, probably staph-infected gym in Brazil to watch his dad beat the crap out of people in training. Just a quick recap, Neil Magny said this in the run-up to his fight with Ian at UFC 292.
There's almost like different levels to afterwards that come out. There's the whooping that you give somebody in high school, like, or in grade school. So when he tough on my mom, and you put the beat him on there. And there's a whooping that you give your son now, like to kind of teach him life a little bit. And being a father, I've become quite accustomed to that kind of whooping now, and that's kind of what I'm looking forward to giving on Saturday.
Which Ian overreacted in the biggest way possible.
Nobody is allowed to ask Neil Magny a question today. He's to sit there and reflect on the that he said, because what he said was ridiculous. No. Neil's not answering a question. He's going to sit there and he's going to be quiet. Nobody, there is no right to ever put your hand on a kid, ever discipline anything. I want to hear you scream when he speaks, yeah?
Okay, Ian. Now, Neil Magny actually had this used against him in court. Ian has never apologised, instead doubling down on it, despite having absolutely zero evidence. Nowadays, Ian's son is involved in pretty much everything Ian does, and I'm going to be talking about why that might not be the best thing for a 2.5-year-old, despite Ian's new Dad of the Year image.
I have stopped some, bad situations already. I see what he's about to do, and I'm like, do not need that kid in the head.
I wanted to make this video to discuss some of Ian's comments and actions most recently, which raised some questions about Ian's own parenting. And I'm not even going to mention the ex-husband situation. I'm also not Ian, so I'm not going to twist this and say he's a child abuser by any means. But I think given how difficult he made life for Neil Magny, it's only fair he gets some criticism too. And be sure to watch this one to the end, because this honestly just gets worse and worse. So Ian and Layla have been accused of using him as a prop by fellow welterweight Joaquin Buckling.
I'm waiting patient. As soon as I pull up, boom, she bumped right into me. She gonna use the baby as a shield.
Fucking look at the speed on that.
Pass him off to him.
I think the accusation of using him as a prop are fairly justified, but I think it's more to change Ian's image from cuck to doting dad in an effort to make him harder to hate. No idea who might have come up with a plan like that. Look, I get that Ian's a proud dad and wants to show off and all that, but who else in the promotion actually does this? I mean, you might have Triple C or someone bring their kid in for an interview for 20 seconds, but nowhere near to the level of what Ian Garry is doing at the moment. In a more recent incident, we've got Ian using his son as a Trojan horse, sending him in to deliver chocolates to JDM in the ultimate prank. The problem with mixing your son in with your career is you're exposing him to retaliations like this.
I don't think that's actually Ian's son.
I've also heard that Ian wanted their two sons to face off, which JDM wasn't happy with.
He's still only 2.5, which is mental, but we'll get there at some point.
In other videos, we can see him interviewing what's his name, used as a mediator with MVP, and even walking him out to a press conference. And if you're wondering why he's involved in everything Ian does, I think the answer's pretty obvious. Layla has to be involved in everything Ian does. Which leads me to my main point. Should Ian's 2.5-year-old son really be with him in a training gym day in, day out? I don't know whether I'm old-fashioned or maybe modern and woke, but I don't think Ian's son should be spending every day in sweaty gyms, probably playing around on the floor where fighters walk past with blood, staph, and God knows what else on their feet. As well as that, just seeing people getting battered constantly. Other fighters have made comments on this as he's moved gyms, showing it's not on a normal level.
The difference is with Ian was when he comes in, he brings his camera with him, bring his girlfriend with him.
Think of all the times that we've seen fighters' kids devastated cage side seeing their dad get KO'd. Now this is where Ian's most recent comments come in. This is insane.
It seems, your son has stolen the spotlight a bit yesterday at the partner day. He was running around the microphones trying to interview everyone, giving Jack candy.
That was my greatest prank ever.
So I guess is he aware of how popular he's become? And what do you and Layla make of how popular he's become on the internet?
So we have this kind of talk all the time about my son. And he is just trying to be like his dad.
Who isn't trying to be like you, Ian?
That is all he is trying to be. He is just seeing what his dad does. He has the exact same energy as I do, and he is just copying me.
I hope he's not copying you beat the shit out of people, Ian.
Dude, when I tell you last night, we left this hotel and decided to walk home, and I took maybe about 50 photos with fans on the way home. He was getting annoyed that he was not getting photos as well.
A 2.5-year-old kid, guys.
I had to take him out of his buggy and take photos with fans and him because he just wants to copy everything. If I lie down on a massage table, the kid wants a massage as well.
Right, this is getting a bit much now, Ian. Come on.
Last night I was up getting a massage with Heather with the PI with my whole team with me, and he's like, Olivia, can I have a massage? Do you know what I mean? He goes into the gym, he wants to lift weights and squats. He goes into the gym, he wants to hit pads.
What do you expect when he's made to go to training every day?
Like, he is a mirror. And as a father, I've learned that everything I do will be reflected in my son.
Well, at least you've learnt that now. So, are you stopping taking him to training?
Any fear that when he has to go to school, he's going to start like wheel kicking people out of nowhere?
Dude, I have seen him already when we go to like some play areas. I have stopped some like bad situations already. Like, I see what he's about to do and I'm like, do not need that kid in the head.
Ian, this is not good.
He's just, again, because him, it's just playing. Like, at the end, this is another one I think about, right? I go to sparring. So I'll spar in Brazil or I'll spar in England or wherever I am in the world.
Ian just goes where he wants. Kid and wife comes with him.
And I'll use Marco Tullio for an example, one of my good friends. Me and him will try beat the shit out of each other for 5 minutes. Then we'll hug each other afterwards. We'll sit down. We'll chat about it. We'll go get food afterwards. He has the same idea. Oh, well, my dad does it with his friends, so why can't I do it with mine? I have to go, yeah, the kid didn't sign up to do that. You gotta understand it. So
honestly, how fucking naive is this guy? He doesn't understand because he is a toddler.
We'll figure it out. But it's a process. He's still only 2.5, which is mental. But we'll get there at some point.
I hope for his sake you do. Last thing I want to clarify is that I know some people are going to be like, oh, this is harmless and not a big deal. And I would like to present them this clip.
Ready? Go. Let's go, Leo! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! 1, 2, 3, let's go! 1, 2, 3, isso! Ready? Faz de novo! 1, 2, 3, chuta!
This is a leaked clip of a grueling 4-hour training session Ian put him through. Nah, but genuinely, he's always putting his kid in gloves and has even mastered takedowns.
What would you like me to teach him for your fighter impression? Single leg. Single leg? Oh! Yeah. Come here. We're going to call it DC. Entra no single leg. Entra meu perna. Now? Oh. Now? What way do you want to finish? Dump? Nossa. Caraca.
Oh, this guy's going to be a problem on the playground.
Yeah, you're right about that one, DZ.
This dude is be a problem on the playground.
And what happens when someone shoots on you? Look, Levanta. What happens when someone goes for a takedown on you? Ready? Go.
Oh, nice brawl. Guillotine. I jumped the guillotine.
Don't get me wrong, it's impressive, but it's way too young to be doing this. Taking a look online, most suggest the earliest you can start training is 4 to 6 years old. Why? It's bad for their bones and development. They don't understand the rules or self-control and can hurt other kids. Exactly what you described, Ian. And they also hurt themselves. Now, I know, or I hope, Ian isn't actually training his kid. But remember, Ian accused Neil Magny of being a child abuser for a stupid comment trash talking in a live interview. Now, while he spends cute days out with the kids, Ian drags his son around the world and wingmans his career when it comes to media. Ian is letting his toddler watch daddy kick the shit out of guys day in, day out because Layla just has to be there, and I think is a bit hypocritical. Join the movement, guys. We need to demand justice for our boy Neil Magny. He's owed an apology given the questionable stuff Ian gets up to. Am I off on Ian Garry? Let me know your thoughts in the comments and hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Cheers.
Mate, what are you going to do? You're going to put me up to the cage, you're going to try clinch, and you're going to have a bore fest.